Hey Outlander fans, have you noticed the one thing that seems the most unrealistic in the show? Many people think it's the time traveling aspect, but there are also other major flaws in the series that fans can't ignore. From historical inaccuracies to questionable character development, it's clear that Outlander isn't perfect. In this video, we'll dive into the top criticisms of the show and see if they hold up. So if you're an Outlander fan, make sure to stick around and see what we have to say. First up, Outlander and its popularity among fans. Outlander is a popular television show based on a series of historical romance novels by Diana Gabaldon. The show follows the story of Claire Randall, a World War II era nurse who travels through time to 18th century Scotland and becomes embroiled in the intrigue and conflict of the Jacobite risings. Along the way, Claire falls in love with Jamie Fraser, a rugged Highlander who becomes her partner in navigating the dangerous world of 18th century Scotland. Since its debut in 2014, Outlander has gained a devoted fan base and has been praised for its compelling storylines, well-developed characters, and visually stunning production. It has also sparked a renewed interest in Scottish history and culture and the genre of historical romance. However, despite its widespread appeal, many Outlander fans believe that the aspect of the show is particularly unrealistic. This essay will explore this aspect and how it affects the show's overall believability and enjoyment for fans. Next up, the time-traveling plot. The time-traveling plot of Outlander is central to the show's premise and narrative. In the first season, Claire Randall, a World War II era nurse, travels through time to 18th century Scotland. After touching ancient standing stones, she becomes embroiled in the Jacobite risings and the time's turbulent political and social climate. While the idea of time travel is certainly intriguing and has been a popular subject in science fiction and fantasy, it is currently not scientifically or historically possible. Time travel would require the manipulation of space-time, which is impossible according to our current understanding of physics. Additionally, time travel to the past would potentially create paradoxes and alter the course of history in ways that could not be predicted or controlled. Despite the implausibility of time travel, Outlander addresses this issue through fictional elements such as standing stones and mystical forces. These elements explain Claire's ability to travel through time and provide a fantastical element to the show's otherwise historical setting. While these elements may not be scientifically or historically accurate, they allow for exploring the time travel theme within the show's context. Overall, the time-traveling plot of Outlander is a key aspect of the show's premise and adds an element of fantasy and intrigue. However, it is also an aspect that may be viewed as unrealistic by some viewers due to its scientific and historical implausibility. Now for the romantic relationships. One aspect of Outlander that has garnered attention from fans is the romantic relationships depicted in the show. At the center of these relationships is the love triangle between Claire, her 20th century husband Frank, and 18th century Highlander Jamie Fraser. Claire's marriage to Frank is strained from the show's beginning due to her unexpected time travel and the secrets she keeps from him. Meanwhile, Claire's feelings for Jamie Fraser grow stronger as they face challenges and dangers together in 18th century Scotland. The age gap and cultural differences between Claire and Jamie add to the complications of their relationship, as they come from different worlds and have different values and beliefs. Despite these difficulties and complications, the show portrays the relationships between Claire, Frank, and Jamie as ultimately successful and enduring. Claire's marriage to Frank is eventually reconciled, and she can return to the 20th century with him. Meanwhile, her relationship with Jamie is depicted as a passionate and enduring love that transcends time and circumstance. While the romantic relationships in Outlander may be viewed as unrealistic by some due to the challenges and complications they face, the show presents them as ultimately successful and enduring despite these challenges. This portrayal of enduring love and commitment may appeal to viewers, even even if it stretches the boundaries of realism. And now, the historical accuracy. Outlander is set in 18th century Scotland and incorporates historical events and figures into its narrative. The show strives for historical accuracy in its depiction of the period, using a team of historical consultants and conducting extensive research to ensure authenticity. However, like any historical fiction work, Outlander also uses an artistic license to tell its story. The show may take certain liberties with historical details to serve the needs of the plot or to create more compelling or dramatic scenes. Additionally, the show may use fictional elements, such as the time-traveling plot and the standing stones, which are not historically accurate, but serve to explain Claire's ability to travel through time. Overall, the show's depiction of 18th century Scotland is generally well-researched and authentic, but it is not intended to be a strict historical retelling. Using an artistic license and fictional elements allows for the exploration of themes and ideas within the context of the show, while still maintaining a sense of historical accuracy and authenticity. Next, the most unrealistic aspect, according to fans. In summary, despite its widespread appeal, Outlander has faced criticism from some fans for certain aspects of the show that are viewed as unrealistic. The aspect of the show that is most frequently cited as unrealistic by fans is the time-traveling plot. As previously mentioned, the scientific and historical implausibility of time travel makes this aspect of the show difficult to suspend disbelief for some viewers. Fans have also pointed out other elements of the show that they believe are unrealistic, such as romantic relationships and depicting historical events and figures. Some fans have criticized the show's portrayal of the relationships as too idealized or overly romanticized, while others have questioned the accuracy of certain historical details. Despite these criticisms, the show's creators have included these elements despite their realism concerns. This may be due to various reasons, such as the desire to explore certain themes or to create a more compelling and engaging narrative. Ultimately, the show's decision to include these elements may be seen as a matter of artistic license and the balance between historical accuracy and the story's needs. Finally, thoughts on the balance between historical accuracy and artistic license in the show. Overall, the balance between historical accuracy and artistic license is an important consideration in any work of historical fiction. Outlander strives to depict 18th century Scotland as authentically as possible, using a team of historical consultants and conducting extensive research to ensure accuracy. However, like any work of fiction, the show liberally utilizes its artistic license and gambles on it being for the betterment of the show. The show's depiction of historical events and figures, as well as its portrayal of romantic relationships and the time-traveling plot, may be viewed as unrealistic by some fans. However, these elements serve a purpose within the context of the show and may be seen as necessary for the exploration of certain themes or the creation of a more compelling narrative. Ultimately, the balance between historical accuracy and artistic license is a delicate one, and viewers may have different opinions on where that balance lies in Outlander. However, the show's dedication to authenticity and its use of historical consultants and research suggests that it is carefully considered in its creation. Major flaws of Outlander: the Forgotten Druids. In the first episode, Sassenach, the Druids appeared at the Stone Circle in Crach-na-Dun, where Frank and Claire witnessed their enchanted dance at the crack of dawn. The Druids, who were not quite witches but were similar, continued to perform rituals at the Stone Circle. After Claire had arrived in the past and been saved by Murtaugh from Jack Randall's advances, the Druids were brought up again. Although it was implied at the outset that these supernatural healers were somehow connected to the entire narrative of spirits and time travel, they haven't been discussed since then. There may yet be an opportunity to wrap up that loose end, but fans completely disregard them. Next, we have the controversial hiding. Jamie giving his bride a hard hiding for disobeying him and jeopardizing the lives of the entire band of Highlanders has been one of the most contentious moments in Claire and Jamie's Jamie's epic love tale. Jamie Fraser is an open-minded man who can accept that his wife is from a different era and who almost always stands by her while she battles the institutionalized injustices of the 19th century. It was shocking and horrible for this husband to pull out his belt and begin punishing his wife abruptly. Even though the moment was very contentious, fans appear to have eventually embraced it as a necessary part of the journey of their preferred romantic couple. Next is inconsistent characters. The Bonnie Prince should be eliminated so that the Battle of Culloden won't take place. Claire suggested this during the end of season 2, when Jamie and Claire understood that the Battle of Culloden would take place despite their best efforts. This was a stunning turn of events coming from someone like Claire, who subsequently swore never to harm a person and rose to fame in both of the historical eras she lived in as a healer and savior. Although she truly wanted to protect the Highlanders, especially Jamie, planning to assassinate Charles Stewart was very out of character. Next up, bizarre plot points. Claire and Jamie conspired to assassinate Dougal Mackenzie, much as they did in the murder of Charles Stewart. Although he wasn't the most morally upright individual and had repeatedly shown himself to be rather questionable, the latter was nonetheless a devoted Scot who supported the cause of the Highlanders. Even though they didn't carry out their original plan to murder the prince, Jamie and Claire fatally shot Dougal in the rush of the moment. The entire story point felt absurd and defective because neither Jamie nor Claire was naturally capable of committing such a cold-blooded murder. Finally, Claire's unrealistic attitude. One of the most adored female protagonists on contemporary television, Claire Fraser, is a strong, independent woman. However, Claire's strength causes her to get into mischief frequently. Since social and cultural conventions were far more backward in the 18th century than they were in the middle of the 20th, Claire is always right in her objections, but her bull in a china shop conduct gets her and those around her into problems nearly as soon as they arrive somewhere new. She occasionally makes downright ludicrous decisions, such as the time in season 3 when she dove into the water with nothing but her prayers to support her. Her impulsive actions seem implausible for someone as clever as Claire Fraser. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to leave a comment below, letting us know what you think. We love hearing from you.